Hey, I'm out walking in the rain this AM just outside of Chicago, and it's about 40 degrees out, kind of crummy. And I was thinking about all the people that have passed away since the start of this virus, and what a tragedy this is. You know, one of those that died was my favorite singer and songwriter, John Prine. Now, I got to know his music way back in the 1970s and actually sang one of his songs, Dear Abby, at my high school variety show with a friend of mine, Robbie Gerso. Now, Robbie went on to be a fantastic musician and toured with Prine and Bob Dylan at one point. But Prine wrote a song called Chain of Sorrow that I was thinking about today. Now, a couple of the lines go this way. It ain't such a long drop, don't stammer, don't stutter. From the diamonds in the sidewalk to the dirt in the gutter, and you carry those bruises to remind you wherever you go. Okay, it's not great, but yeah, that's a bit depressing and completely appropriate for right now, because for us, right, the bruises are likely to be reflected in the reopening of the economy, and it's the bruises to our way of going out again, like going to a bar or going to a restaurant or going on an airplane or going to a big event, right? We're bruised and we probably don't want to do it. Now, CBS just had a poll that said Americans don't feel comfortable about going out to bars and restaurants. 71% said that. 85% said they're not comfortable getting on an airplane. And 87% said they're not comfortable going to a big event. Now, the point here is that the economy can reopen much faster than economic activity will normalize. And again, these bruises or fears are going to stick around a long time. People will need to feel safe before venturing out to these venues into businesses. And businesses are feeling the same way. Businesses face another fear to how to reopen. How does a business provide safeguard for their employees or their clients? Or how can an owner of a building or commercial real estate ensure that their building, the place where workers come into, is safe? Or that there are proper ventilation systems and cleaning of the workspaces to ensure no spread of the disease? And then there's the legal aspect, right? With the seasonal flu, no business gets sued or pays workers' compensation. But if somebody gets the COVID, right, the legal ground is much different. Will businesses and commercial real estate owners be liable for COVID and its impact, even if the infections occur outside of the workplace? We don't know. How about this? What are the standards to be met, and who sets those? Is it every state, or is it the federal government versus OSHA, via OSHA, I should say? You know, for our country, there's a health crisis and now an economic crisis, and the next crisis will be a liability crisis unless we can get this solved. And before anyone says, hey, who cares about business right now when there are people dying? Look, I totally get it. But if you want our country to get back to health, and for the 22 million people who have lost their jobs and more that are coming, then we have to solve this liability crisis, or businesses won't be able to reopen. For a small business, one lawsuit can wipe them out. The liability crisis must be addressed quickly, or we will have economic bruises that will last a lot longer than the virus. Okay, wrapping this up, we talked about John Prine, my high school musical variety show, and an economic liability crisis for our country. We need to move on a lot of fronts as a nation to take us to a new place and evolve past what's happening. And it's during these trials that we're molded into a new nation, a new way of working, and a new way of living. And for this, I remain very optimistic that we will succeed and become better. All right, if you like this video, click on the subscribe button below. If you want to see more videos like this, click on the next video below, and I will see you in it.